Hey everybody, what is going on? Brandon here with my first VR video that I've done in a while. I haven't done any VR content in a little while, and that really sucks for me because that's my favorite type of content to do on this channel is VR stuff. Ever since I've been able to do VR content, I love doing it, and lately I haven't really been able to because until I got this new video card, my old video card was crapping out on me, and every time I tried to record while doing VR stuff, it just put too much strain on my computer or on my GPU, and my video card would crap out. So this is my first VR video since I've put all the new parts back in my computer and got back into making videos, and I'm actually really excited about it because this game came out of nowhere to me. It just kind of popped up under the radar, and I saw it and was kind of interested and kind of on the fence, but I decided to break down and buy it, and I'll explain why I did that here in a minute, and I'm having a blast so far. And this game is Walk on Arrow. Right now it's on, there's a free demo for it actually on Steam. If you want to get it through Steam, there's a free demo to try it out. The game on Steam is only $10.99. I got it on the Oculus store for $9.99. And I got it, and I was on the fence whenever I got it because this is a Battle Royale game that is based around bow and arrow combat. Now, as most of you know, when I've covered other Battle Royale games in the past, I've said a Battle Royale game is tough to do when it's a pay-in because if not a lot of people are playing it, you're not going to be finding games, and it's a nasty circle to take, and Battle Royale games are a tricky business to get into for that reason. So I was on the fence about buying this because I was afraid nobody was going to be playing it. I wasn't going to be able to find lobbies, and I will just be wasting $10. But at the end of the day, it was just $10 and really wasn't too big of a risk, so I decided, okay, you know what, the game looks really fun. I'm a huge fan of Arrow on the CW. I know a lot of people might hate that show, and it's had some really crap seasons, but I'm a huge fan of it, and I like the fact that bow and arrow combat in a VR game is not going to be hit scan. That's one of the huge things I love about it. And so I decided I broke down, I bought it, and I could not be more surprised, and pleasantly so, that this game is awesome. I have yet to have any issues with finding lobbies at all. Every time I click to matchmake, I'm in a game within a few minutes at most, so I never have any problems with matchmaking. I've not really had any performance issues with this game either. It runs really well. I'm able to run it on the highest settings and still use Shadowplay to record, and it doesn't really give me any problems. I get more problems when I'm recording than I do when I'm not recording using Shadowplay because, you know, obviously there's going to be more strain put on my computer if I'm trying to record the stuff, but nothing really too bad even when I'm recording. Nothing that really takes me out of the game. Just hitching here and there, but not anything really just detrimental to the game. The only bug I've ever found, really, and it's only been one time it's happened to me since I've got this game, was that at the beginning of the match, you start off in this little capsule, and it drops arrows in front of you for you to pick up as ammunition, instead of just automatically putting it in your inventory to start with. Well, one time it dropped my arrows into nothingness, and they vanished, and I had to start a match off with no arrows, which was very complicated, but wasn't really too bad because it spaces people out enough. I wouldn't say it was definitely anything to cry over. But all in all, this game has a lot going on for it. It plays really well, it runs really well. The controls are actually very impressive for me. They're simple, but they're not overly complicated, and they don't put you in any position where you're going to get killed by trying to dig through some kind of inventory screen because the way they're set up. It works out really well. With each hand, you can actually click the trigger and pull in different directions to change weapons or to change arrows or to change to a syringe, and it works out really well, especially in quick combat, because in a lot of instances it's easier to get, if you get right next to somebody, to use a katana rather than your bow because you're right next to them. So it's pretty cool to be able to shoot an arrow over somebody, redirect real fast right behind them, and then by clicking the right trigger or the left trigger and hitting downward, you'll switch from your bow to the sword in one quick motion, and you can just take out the person in front of you. And that makes for really fun, fast-paced combat when you never know what kind of stuff is going to happen, and I love that about this game. Because the controls, honestly, when it comes to playing games on Oculus, especially if they were designed with Vive in mind, the controls a lot of times can be a pain. I'm sure a lot of my fellow Oculus users know those buttons right underneath the thumb pads on the Oculus controllers are a nightmare, and they get in the way a lot sometimes with games, and I was really worried about that with this game, but they didn't. They didn't get in the way at all. I didn't ever hit something I didn't mean to, other than occasionally I would let off the A button and then let go of my arrow, and somehow I'd end up losing an arrow because I didn't actually shoot my grappling hook grenade. Aside from that, that's more, that was my problem, not really a control design issue, so I don't really blame that on the controller design. The controls in this game feel really well, and it plays really well. Generally, it plays like every other Battle Royale game. There's so many people in a match, be the last one standing or the last team standing. I mean, nothing really changes. You have a circle that moves in closer around you. Typical Battle Royale rule set, but this game has a lot more going for it than a lot of the Battle Royale games in VR right now. Because typically, with the exception of Rec Room's Battle Royale that they've got, most of the Battle Royale games that are on scene already or coming out, all the weapons are hit scan, and it makes it kind of a pain, and I really don't like that, especially for VR. I don't think VR and hit scan work out really well together, because it's really hard to tell where you're aiming until you fire a shot and see where the bullets are landing. Because VR, when it comes to aiming, is not very accurate, so you need to know where your bullets are landing before you can even make your shots count. And with Rec Room and Rec Royale, and this game, with the weapons not being hit scan and actually, being projectile, you can see where you're going to be shooting. You can gauge where your arrow or your bullet is going to go, and that's what I really liked about Rec Royale, and it's what I really like about this game, is that they didn't just go the cheap and easy route and make everything hit scan. You actually have to time your shots, know how much distance there is between you and the enemy, and know where you're aiming at, and I really, really enjoy that. Another thing this game's got going for it is the matches are only 10 players, so you're not going to be stuck waiting in a lobby for 10 minutes after you have gotten killed, maybe very quickly in a match, wait to get into another one, then maybe die again real early on because you're still new to the game. There's only 10 players per match, so you're not going to be waiting a long time to get into lobbies. You can pretty much jump straight from one game to another, and it's really quick, and you can get some fun matches in a short amount of time. Like, just in about 20 minutes, you can probably play about 10 matches, at least 5. So, I mean, the matches aren't too overly done, and they're not really drawn out with a lot of players, especially seeing as how that would make it to where no new players would be able to get the hang of it in time. Being only 10-player matches and the maps being the perfect size for 10 players, it works out really well, and I think it's going to get a lot of newer players actually able to get a grasp on this game before they end up having to go against all the veterans, which is awesome. It also has a loot crate system where you earn crates as you level up. You also earn gold, and you can use that gold to buy crates or buy cosmetics for your avatar in the game, like every other game of this style. Right now, there's not a whole lot in the shop. I'm really hoping they give me a hood of some sort at some point in time so I can be rocking the Green Arrow attire in this game, because it would work out perfectly with this. But yeah, so like every other Battle Royale game or every other game in the last decade almost, there is a way to get cosmetics for your character. It also does have a ranking system where, based on wins and kills, you do move up a rank ladder. Now, I have seen in some of the reviews, some people are saying the rank ladder is, it's way too punishing. If you only get 2 kills and then lose a match, you lose more rank than you would gain winning a match. I know I've seen a couple people complain about that in the comments. I'm not really paying attention to it too much. I really don't care about my rank in this game. The game's just, honestly, it's enjoyable whether you win or lose. The game is just fun. And that's one thing that a lot of games haven't been doing lately. They worry about being too competitive and more about the competition. And it doesn't matter if you're winning or losing. Nobody's having fun. And I think this game is just fun to play. So definitely, it's more lighthearted. It's more enjoyable. There is a ranking system. If you're really diehard wanting to worry about rank and competition, there is a system there for you to work on it. But I have heard it's a little bit more punishing than it really should be. So I wouldn't go into it thinking that you just need to be a pro. You need to be the best, because the ranking system might hurt you there. But in general, if you're looking for a fun VR experience and you just want to get in and you like bow and arrow and you want to be able to play against other players without hit scan weapons, this is definitely for you. It's fun. It's definitely worth $10. I'll say that. $10. It was an easy sell for me. If I had known what it played like before, it would have been a very easy sell. My only worry was the matchmaking. That was swept under the rug as soon as I bought the game. It's not an issue, and yeah, it's definitely worth $10. It's worth checking out. Like I said, Steam right now has a free demo. I highly recommend, if you've got a VR headset and you want to try this game, go try it out, because it is a lot of fun. I've not had a bad game. I've lost a lot of games since I started playing this because I'm not the best, but I haven't had a game that I am just mad about or that I'm frustrated with for losing. I'm having fun every match that I play, and I think that's a big thing for video games. I think people need to be enjoying them and having fun. But guys, that's all the time I got for this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want me to do more VR content, please do me a favor and let me know down below. I want to do as much VR content as I can. I actually would love to be mostly VR content on this channel. I don't think that's going to happen, but I would like that, or at least to have a separate part of the channel that is just more dedicated to VR. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. If you like this video, though, and you want to see more, please do me a favor and hit that red subscribe button. If you want to know anytime myself or Nathan upload videos, please do us a favor and ring that bell icon. And I will see you guys next time.